Top Tip Tuesday, and today I'm going to base my top tip on a little quote I wrote the other day. A no a day keeps an ego away. Because sometimes it's good to get a no just because you learn from it. Yeah, if you do everything perfectly, which no one actually does, you won't learn, you won't grow. Yeah, so the reason this little quote came into mind was because I sent off a submission for All That Scratch at the Other Place, and it came through as a no. But loads of good things came of it for me. I sent it off, and then there was a problem with the internet being at Ed Fringe because the Wi-Fi was just a hot mess. I'm guessing because it was so busy. And it didn't go through, and then the application portal closed down. And I thought what went well was that I thought really quick, I found an email and I just sent off my submission, not through the portal. And it actually, I got a response back and they said they will still take into consideration. So even though I got a no, again, it's that thing, your stuff's still seen. Everything still takes time. What could I have done better? I could have started sending it off a lot earlier than on the day, but I found it last minute. But then the thing is, it's great to think what you've done well and what you could have done better, but it's great to analyse it, but what you then have to do is put into action, as I love to bang on about, things that can make sure that it goes better next time. So you can think about what you can do ahead of time and what you can do on the day. So what I could have done ahead of time is to think, oh, I could have a list of all the submissions, constantly keep looking day to day so I don't miss anything, have the submission, have the deadline date, and then filter it into my to-do list that way. So that's what I can do ahead of time. On the day, what I could have done better is try to find somewhere where I know, whether it's through places I've been to before, which I didn't really have because I wasn't using Wi-Fi really because I was so busy running around, but asked other people who I knew had been going to certain cafes and getting good Wi-Fi. So I could have asked a friend and sat down somewhere where it just would have been so solid that I wouldn't have had a palaver with my submission. And similarly, like now I send things off for submissions, but you can analyse your auditions in the same way so that you can grow and get better each time. And today I'm gonna bring my best friend with me on my Top Tip Tuesday, and we're gonna see if he can use the method that I like to use when I send off submissions of my writing for auditions. And so here's Aaron Bell. Aaron!
Hello!
How are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
I'm good now that you're here. So are you ready to try and analyse one of your auditions and make sure that each one you get better and better?
Well, we'll have a go, let's see if this
Yeah.
works.
So first, pick an audition, any audition, doesn't matter what kind.
Okay, cool. Let's go for my first audition out of college.
Okay, cool. What kind of audition was it?
So it was a panto audition, and it was really good because where it was based was really close to home, so it meant I would have been able to spend the Christmas at home.
Lovely. Yeah, I actually really struggled personally when I went away for panto because I'm a home bunny. I like being at home. Cool. So first, what went well? It's really important that you credit yourself for something you did right.
Well, I thought the dance audition went really well. It was in my style, it was technical, it was jazz, it had some classical lines, and then you know I love me a classical line. I'm all about that.
Probably a sickle.
And I thought I looked alright, I thought I looked good, I thought I was at the peak of my physical condition, fresh out of college, I'm great.
Good. So what do you think could have went better?
So after we did the singing call, not the dance call, sorry, we were called back for singing, and I found out that it wasn't going to be with sheet music, it was going to be with backing track, and that kind of threw me off because all the way through training you're kind of expecting everything's going to be with a piano, you're going to have all your sheet music.
You love a piano.
We love a piano, I've got all my little charts sorted out and stuff, so to get an audition through with a backing track was kind of like, oh, right.
Right.
So I picked a song that I was going to sing on the day. I find it quite difficult to find songs in my key that I'm personally comfortable singing. So the song that I chose wasn't particularly appropriate for a panto audition. It wasn't kind of a pop rock up tempo, it was a really slow jazz song. But I thought I'm comfortable with it, I'll I'll sound good doing it, and that'll be it, and I'll do my audition
Cool.
and stuff.
So, what do you think you could have done better in advance?
I think I should have had a group of backing tracks which I knew I could sing in my key, the same way as I have a normal rep folder. I have a song for everything, I have a song under different genres, and then when it comes to backing tracks, it's like, oh, okay, I can sing that song but not in that key, so now I've got to go and take the time to transpose the key and then upload it so that it's all in one place.
And you can do that a lot easier than some people can being a musician. So you basically just needed to like organise yourself.
I really
a little
needed
bit
to
more.
organise myself.
Cool, so in advance you can look at your rep and kind of make a parallel but with backing tracks.
Yes.
Cool. So what do you think you could have done better on the day itself? What can you do better in the future on the day if you have a backing track?
Well, similar situation to you. So I travel into London when I'm going into auditions. I travel in from Surrey, so I do spend a lot of time on the train. And usually I use that time to look at my breakdown for whatever I'm going in for the day, double check on things. And I'd actually planned to bring my tablet, which had my backing track on, and me being the fool that I am, I forgot it. So I had to use my internet to try and get on, but trying to use those
I
keys-
literally just said my version was having an internet palaver.
Honestly, on the internet,
Download
trying to get it sorted, trying to listen to it, and I couldn't. It just wasn't happening. Like, you get like 3 minutes of 3G, trying to like scramble through and everything, and then you're like, okay, it hasn't loaded. Right, I have to try next time. Refresh the internet, refresh the internet, refresh the internet, and it just wasn't happening. So I didn't listen to the track because it wasn't downloaded, and it was just a massive palaver. So in the future, have it downloaded, know what you're gonna do, and be comfortable with it. Because if you're not comfortable with it, you're gonna sink, aren't you?
I wouldn't quite say you sunk, but okay. Cool. So, you auditioned for a panto.
Yeah.
The thing you thought that went well was...
My dance call,
What do you think you could have done better?
my singing call,
And then, what could you have done in advance?
prepared.
Prepared. There we go, in one word. Prepared.
Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Lovely. And what could you do on the day? Stick your headphones in and listen to it because it's what? Downloaded. So I'm sure you won't make those mistakes again.
I'm hoping not to.
I'm hoping not too. Me as well, Aaron. So basically, it's really good. You can think of something positive that you did, and then you can think of something you could have done better. But then what's really important is to make sure you put it into action. And you can do that by thinking of things you can do in advance, and then thinking of things you can do in the moment on the day. Thanks for doing my Top Tip Tuesday with me.
That's alright, anytime, Jack.
Bye!